Hey, what up, socialites? Welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
I am now, holy shit, I'm getting married this weekend. There'll be one more episode where you hear from unmarried Joe, but really after that will come from married Joe.
Oh, that's going to be a whole different. Imagine your whole personality changes after you get married.
Fully changing, literally a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. Anyway, I'm off for pretty much the summer. I am doing the My Straight Friends show. We got a show in Portland, Oregon that we're going to do. We got another My Straight Friends coming up in Seattle in July, and My Straight Friends, and then My Straight Friends in Seattle in August. And then come August 7th, it's going to be monthly at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles on Sunset. Tickets are available at Mr.D.com for that. And then I'm going to be back on tour come September. Irvine, San Jose, Sacramento, Charleston, Charlotte, Boston, New York, Winnipeg, Atlantic City, Newark, Toronto, Portland, Oregon, Chicago, probably Atlanta. Keep your eyes open. TheJoeDombrowski.com. Thank you so much.
Are you going to drive from Newark to Toronto?
I think you're going to drive me.
To Toronto? No. I'll drive you some places. We'll hang out. We'll figure something out.
I don't know. I hate driving. Especially on the road. I hate driving.
Wait, I do have a story about that. I want to tell you in one second. So
you have a story about something that someone said and that it jogged you to tell a story. Get the fuck
I'll be
out.
at a wedding this weekend, and then I will be in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, LA, San Francisco, Long Island, New York City, Boston, Washington, Tampa, Cleveland, Detroit, Manchester, Atlanta, Staten Island, Freehold, Austin, Dallas, Columbus, Cincinnati, Allentown, Rochester, Grantville, Pennsylvania, and Manasquan. Get your tickets.
Whose wedding are you going to?
This fucking guy. I think he's marrying another guy.
Weird.
Weird. GaspareRandazzo.com. So speaking of rent-a-cars, right? I am literally, because my summer, I'm going to be all over the place with whatever. I am doing everything in my power to avoid having to rent a car. I only rented a car once my whole life.
Yeah, I do. I believe that because you're not actually an adult. You're a child with children.
So I only rented a car once in my life, and I didn't realize when you return a rent-a-car, it's a whole process. And for those of you who don't know, if you return a rent-a-car to the airport, they're usually not attached to the airport. They're like a few miles down the road, and then you like drop the car off, and then they scan it with these like technology, and then all of a sudden they're like charge you for what you did in the car. It was horrifying to me. And then I had to take a shuttle bus to the
What airport was this?
Indianapolis.
Yikes.
And like,
I don't like it.
And it was just soured me. So
did it sour you?
Yeah, it soured.
Did it sour you?
Also,
fucking Agatha Christie over here with his description language. It just soured.
Also, speaking of, well, and anyway, so I was going to I was going to drive from Austin to Dallas when I'm in Texas. Then I found flights for $72. So I was
on what? The Boeing plane that crashed and they put it back together?
They could put me on Wilbur Wright's plane for all I care. For $72, there's nothing that could dissuade me.
They could hot glue feathers to my arms.
Speaking of, all right, I'm on a tangent already. I watched a Mr. Beast episode where he took a ride in a $1 plane, like a $100 plane, $1,000 plane, and then like a $50,000 and then a $500,000 plane. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like per ticket?
All right. So the $1 plane was literally like this guy who was like Wilbur Wright. He had somebody racking up the thing and it just like went up and went down. And he was like, bugs are hitting me. And the guy was like, that'll be $1. It's just like a tourist attraction. Then like the $100 plane was like Spirit Airlines. And then it was like the $5,000 plane was insane. Like everybody had their own like full on like.
Where'd he go?
He was just flying to wherever they were filming stuff. he filmed this video over like the course of a year. And then finally, like the $500,000 plane was a straight up house in the air. It was like
I hate it.
a mansion up in the air. It had a bathroom, a bedroom. It had like, not like a bathroom, a shower, a crew. They served sushi. And then at the end of the video, he's like, look, we traveled a lot for this video. So as a sorry to environmentalists, we are going to plant 100,000 trees. And then he like cut to them planting the trees. Like, so I thought that was pretty nice of him. He didn't plant all 100,000 himself. Oh, stop. I'm a sucker for Mr. Beast. He did the laser eye surgery where he donated 10,000 laser eye surgeries to people in need. Now, granted, does he make money off these YouTube videos? Absolutely, but he's using the money for good. So, 10,000 people can see now.
You want to talk about some crazy ass motherfucking shit going on in the world right now?
Is it about AI?
No, but it's about the TikTok dance cults.
No, tell me. I know nothing about it because I'm
only one episode in, and let me tell you what, I am motherfucking hooked on phonics, baby. It is so insane. Except, here's the thing. I gotta be honest with you. You know me, I know you. We're well versed in cults. We're well versed in chaos, if we're being honest, right? And would love to make a video with you, by the way, where we each go undercover and see and like do like cult joining stuff. See how far it goes.
Dude, I could go pretty far.
You would be in the cult. You'd come back and be like, so we need to sacrifice your dog.
I'll be like, Joe, listen, I know this started as a prank, but they're really telling the truth.
They fucking know.
Jesus wears Nike sneakers.
Like, it's like crazy. Okay, you. The dance cult.
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about it. So start from like what it's about.
Hey. Let me tell you a little story about some called TikTok. Okay. And two sisters who got swooped up in a cult. Anyway, they're from Detroit. It says Detroit, but I'm looking at all these houses and shit. I'm like, this ain't Detroit. Anyway. So bottom line is, I mean, like, Gas, you and I know cults, right? It's all kind of the same at this point. Cult documentaries have an overarching theme, and they're all pretty common. Like, a person who finds some sort of connection to this thing, gets drawn in, and then they make them separate from their family until they're so sucked in that they're completely brainwashed, and so on and so forth, right? The difference with this is it's TikTok based. And this like guy, basically this guy, how it started, he was like the editor and videographer for like well-known TikTok dancers who were also on like So You Think You Can Dance and like Big Show, and like they were dancers for Janet Jackson shit, right? And he's like their videographer. Well, the guy's dad is a preacher.
Okay.
And the guy's dad slowly starts infiltrating these young people who are dancers, talking about God, and then he starts to have these like dinners with them where they talk about God and shit. And there's two sisters from Michigan, and she started dating another dancer and blah blah blah. And the one sister got super into it, and they invited the other sister to like dinner, the like culty dinner. And she said they all like got on the ground and started like speaking in tongues at her and shit. She's like, this shit ain't for me. And then she said one day she was picking up a friend from the airport, and the cult called her, and to be invited, there's two dinners, a Wednesday and a Sunday. To be in like to the Sunday dinner, you had to be invited. Like, you could not just show up. You had to be invited. And she got the call and she got invited, and they're like, you need to come like right now. Have your friend Uber to the airport and everything. Like, you need to come. And she's like, I'm not dropping my friend just so I can like be at your beck and call to do this. So she said no. And then she like wasn't in the cult, but her sister remained in it, and blah, 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 yada, yada. They end up telling the people in this cult that you have to die for those you love. And essentially what that means is like, you as a person are dead to them. And you're doing that so that you'll get into heaven, and then like they will meet you up there. So you're dying for them, like you're going up. So it's like that's how they brainwash your ass, right? Then they interviewed people, like one guy, they were like, you have to die for your son. He had like a 2-year-old son. And he's like, what does that mean? And they're like, you have to die for him. Like, you have to like lose communication. He was like, yeah, I'm out.
But like, did they want him to commit suicide? Like, I don't understand.
No. Like metaphorically be dead to them.
Oh, like,
so like lose all communication with them. You don't talk to them. You don't anything with them. Like you're only here with us with this, and you'll meet them in heaven, right?
Gotcha. All right, guys. As you know, this is an emails only episode, but before we get to the emails, we're just gonna cut over to a little commercial break real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce that the smooth sack summer is officially upon us. That's right, you heard this right. Smooth sack summer is officially upon us. When you're playing in the summer sun, make sure you're groomed from pubes to bum. Thanks to our friends at Manscaped, you can make this season your smoothest yet. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle to keep your boys downstairs cool while looking hot. Join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use code STUDIES. Summertime and the trimming is easy. Listen, you go to the beach. Right before I went on the TV show, right? I said to my wife, I said, babe, you know, I'm going to be on TV. They're going to be filming me. I'm going to have cameras on me. I got hair on my back. I didn't really want to have hair on my back. So I was like, I need to shave it myself, but I couldn't reach it, right? So I said to my wife, I was like, you have to shave it. She's like, I don't know how. Then I gave her a razor. I was like, actually, don't use a razor because I don't want you to be giving me stubble on my back. I didn't really know how it worked. I wish I had Manscaped so that I could just take like a razor that knows what it's doing. It's all set up. And then she could have just like shaved my back. Instead, she was just like chopping away. It was a nightmare. It was a mess. And she's never done it since. So I need a Manscaped. Why? Because Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra has everything you need to prepare for that summer body, okay? Every guy knows, whether it's you, whether it's your husband, whether it's your father, whether it's your brother, your uncle, or any male figure in your life knows how scary it is when you're trying to shave down there, but you know, you're getting close to things and then you don't want to cut it off and then it's like on the floor. So that's why you have to trust Manscaped, okay? Let Manscaped be the star of the show. They got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This 5th generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads. That means that when you're shaving, you're not going to rip your thing off, okay? So Manscaped has a lot of things, and they have the things that you need. So get 20% off plus free shipping with the code STUDIES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code STUDIES at manscaped.com. It's smooth sack summer, boys. Get on board or get left behind. But wait, let me just tell you something real quick, Joe. I've been so busy lately, like on the road, on doing all this stuff, and it's so hard to eat healthy because I've been eating like, I'm just trying to eat like pounds of guacamole, and then I'm finding out that that's not even good for you. Do you know what else is green like guacamole? Green Chef. Do you know what Green Chef is, Joe? Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for clean eating, delivering pre-portioned and prepped quality whole foods with limited processed ingredients. Green Chef sends organic fresh produce, responsibly sourced proteins, and chef-designed recipes in every box for satisfying, nutritious, and convenient meals that make it easy to eat clean. So the big thing with me is that I personally like is that Green Chef has all these different options. So they have the Mediterranean diet. They have, if you're trying to be calorie smart, keto. They have gluten-free. And you know, like Melissa's gluten-free because like she don't want to eat gluten. She's trying to be all glutenless. Well, no, if she eats gluten, she throws up. So like, you know, they have all these different things, and it's honestly, it's much better. And it contributes to an easy lifestyle for eating healthy and trying to keep everything all in order because the food comes right to your house. It just gets delivered. Then you open the little bags, you start opening them up. Oh, look at this. Oh, I could put this. I could put this. They have all these different things. They have, they even have shakes. They have protein bars. They have all these different things. These oatmeal cookies, like healthy snacks. Because like to me, I've been eating unhealthy pretty much my whole life. When I'm at work, I try to eat healthy. I never end up doing it. Green Chef allows me to actually eat healthy while I'm at work, while I'm at home. It's simple, it's convenient. It comes in the box. You open the box, you eat it. I know I actually get excited because I'm like, oh, what'd I get? Then I start looking through the box. I'm like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. There's all this like fun, exciting stuff in there. So you should go to greenchef.com/socialstudies50 and use code socialstudies50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. That's greenchef.com/socialstudies50. Use code socialstudies50 to get 50% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
So these families are going crazy. There's like multiple families, and I'm only one episode in, so that's really all I can tell you right now. But what I can tell you is this documentary, it's been out for a month now, or a couple months now. And typically these documentaries do well right off the bat. This one did not. But as of yesterday, it was #1 in Netflix, and it's been gaining some insane traction.
I've been
to the
seeing
point
it everywhere.
People are trying to get this girl and other people out of the cult. And the reason this one is fascinating is you can go on her Instagram right fucking now and see what she's doing. I forgot. But I went on it last night and she made a video like, I'm fine. Like, you don't understand what's going on with my family. Like, I'm estranged for them for reasons that you don't know. And like all this stuff.
That's the
It's
truth.
amazing that you can like watch. It is the truth, Gaspar. Sure, right? There's two sides to every story. But I don't think that a family would go as far to be in and make a documentary because what? If it wasn't the fact that they really actually wanted to get their daughter back.
I'm just
right, there's like something wrong.
What's it called? Dancing with the Devil?
Yes. It's wild.
I will tell you guys this, Joe, we do have great listeners of the podcast.
What happened?
So last week I had said that I confessed to you about the elementary school prank and how I was going to be done with it in a few days. And I was just going to accept my fate that I was going to accept my fate that like, I'm going to tell everybody that I was lying. And then I didn't because it's been just too fun. And I really do feel bad. Some guy wrote me like a novel about how he's...
But only the podcast listeners know, right?
So, yes, but now podcast listeners are commenting on it, on the video. And people are writing, clearly someone doesn't listen to the podcast.
Well, let's keep that going. Let's keep that going.
And people are straight up like, oh, if you listen to the podcast, you know this isn't real. And then I just put like the underneath it because I don't know if I'm ready to give it up yet. You know
why? Because you're being a sucker to the views.
No, it's just funny that like, dude. So Melissa texted me yesterday. She's like, "Babe, this has to end. This is crazy." She's like, "It's now been almost 2 weeks." She's like, "I get stopped every single day by people asking me." She's like, "People I don't even talk to are asking me like, this is crazy." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you."
What are people asking her?
Is your son really gonna come? Like Melissa was talking to her principal yesterday, and they were like, Is your husband going to leave? Is he coming here? Are you guys working out a way to get him here?
What?
Yeah, like this is what goes through people's minds. Oh, I know what I had to say before. Speaking of Netflix #1, blah, 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 all that stuff. I am actually on a #1 show right now, Joseph.
In what country?
In the country of America. Perfect Match was #1 for a few days. And guess who was on Perfect Match? Inadvertently, I was on the show Perfect Match. Is
it because they took a clip from Tolu who's on the show?
Tolu, who's my friend, who's on the Trust with me, is on Perfect Match right now. And they took a clip of her yelling at somebody. And guess who she was yelling at? Me.
You.
And people are messaging me and like, dude, you're hysterical on Perfect Match. Because it's just me standing there with my arms in my shirt like a fucking tadpole. Because I was cold and I'm just standing there and she's just yelling at me. So I messaged her. I was like, a lot of people telling me that you're yelling at me on TV. I hope they showed when you told everybody that they had little penises. And she's like, I did not. That did not air. Thank God. And I'm like, well, I'm going to let everybody I know that you said that. So.
And you just did. There we go.
There you go.
There he is. Not caring. That's great, guys. I'm super happy for you. Maybe you'll get an Oscar for that one. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, or how about my students are like, Mr. Randazzo, I thought you were married. You were on Perfect Match.
Hilarious.
And I was like,
this
oh my God.
Could never teach high school. Could never.
I told you about the girl with the fucking hairline.
You've told the world too, actually, recently. Told them all. I had an interesting weekend in Denver, met some awesome podcast listeners, to which I want to say hello again and thanks for coming to the show. A lot of people who have seen me 3 and 4 times in Denver now, which is...
That's awesome, yeah.
I love hearing that. That makes my day. Really cool thing, there's this place in Denver called Casa Bonita. Have you ever heard of it?
Is it House of Little?
Beautiful house. Beautiful house.
Oh, Bonita. I thought Bonita was little.
No, I think that's pequeño.
Paquito.
Sure. So it is essentially a Mexican restaurant of wonders, if you will. There was a South Park episode about this place, and then it was starting to go under, and the guys from South Park bought it and redid a bunch of stuff about it, and now it's like better, I guess. Essentially, I don't even know how to describe it. You're in a strip mall and it's this big pink castle, and then you go in it and you go down into this like labyrinth of Mexican amazement. It literally, I don't know if anyone's ever been to Epcot and there's like Mexico at Epcot. It's like that, but better because it's not Disney. It's like, I don't even know how to explain what it is. First of all, the food. I don't. We'll leave it at that. Oh, second of all,
you're not there for the food, I guess.
Not really, but there's like a huge waterfall, and like real live cliff divers will jump and dive into the pool.
How
and
big
then
is
there's
it?
Like adult like puppet shows, and there's like a fortune teller. You can get your tarot cards read, and the balloon people making balloon shit for the kids, and then there's bars all over in there. You can just go
crowded?
to the bar. Well, I'll get there.
Okay.
There's like a little haunted house like thing in there, and then there's like characters walking around and interacting with you the whole time, which is wild.
Free? Is it free, like, to enter?
It's hell no.
No, I didn't know if it was
no.
like you're going to eat, and this is just part. Like, remember Jekyll and Hyde?
No. It's no. You are going in, and like you've gained admission, and like eating is part of that.
Okay.
There's like so these like characters. Like one of the characters is like this gorilla who's going crazy from global warming, and he'll like run around and like harass people the whole time. Like he'll like stole my food, like right off the table,
and walk away with it.
Yeah, so a woman wrote me, and she said that one time the gorilla, they were in there, and the gorilla was running around messing with her family, and then the gorilla realized that the family was in the middle of prayer, so he like kneeled down at the table and like prayed with them.
That's probably an awesome job, though. Like,
and there's this one character. His name's like Black. His name is Black Budnick or something, but we kept calling him Black Butthole. And he literally would. He was so angry. His character was like so angry. He'd walk by and he'd look at us and be like, "I told you not to make eye contact with me." And there was like a sheriff who was walking around.
I am so confused.
Wait, hold on. This sheriff would walk around, and he like loved just saying. See, he was so jolly, and you talk to him and be like, "Can I sing you a song? I'm the sheriff, and this is loud." Like it's like
I wish I was there.
That's like Sam and I literally said the only thing that could make this better. Well, he said if Gaspare was there. I said if I was high.
Oh, thanks.
I actually said if I was high and Gaspare was here.
Imagine those two things combined, you would have just exploded.
Those things together, I would have been like, wow. But watching you in this place would have been a dream come true.
Wait,
like, literally, I would have been like, this is my Make-A-Wish. He's coming in.
But
like,
wait, hold on. Is Butthole Bob or whatever, Black Butthole, is he dressed up? Was he?
Yeah.
Like what?
He was kind of like, I can only describe him as...
I'm picturing a guy who just got out of a coal mine, like just covered in ash.
No. You know the You know the like hunter in Jumanji?
Yes.
He looked like that. He looked like that.
But
And
like,
then,
I know that they're just
and they did not break character. We thought there were 3 grown-ass men, all of us in our 30s. We thought that these characters would come up to us and be like, yeah, what up, guys? Like, have a good time, blah, blah, blah. No, they are in it for the cause. Like,
yeah, but that's awesome that they are like that. You know what I mean?
you would be one of these people. Like, I guarantee you would have been like, yo, how much to be Black Butthole for the day? Like, that would have been dope.
I'd pay them.
Seriously. But then I was like, holy, what a job. What a job. What a job. But here's the thing. It's super exclusive. Very exclusive, very elusive. And you don't just make a reservation. You put your name on a wait list. And I had people telling me that they've been on the wait list since last October and they still haven't gotten a call to get in yet. The way I got in is like, okay, a little peek behind the curtain, you guys. The clubs will typically have a like PR person who the comedy clubs will typically have a PR person who works for the clubs, and they will get you like radio interviews and TV spots and like local things. A lot of the times, like a local restaurant or ice cream shop or something will call the PR person and be like, hey, I'm a fan of Joe. Tell him he can come eat here. We'd love to see him. And like it's like a win-win situation. Like I take a few pictures and post. They give me a great meal. We have a good time. Like that's what's up. This place did not do that. I wanted to go there. So I took a shot in the dark and called the PR girl. And I was like, yo, Mal, can we like make this happen? She's like, that's a long one. But let me see what I can do. She calls. They said yes. And apparently they told her that the only other person that they've been able to like weasel in like that without a reservation was Ed Sheeran.
Oh.
But then when we got there, they told us that Bert Kreischer was there last week. So I don't know who's
maybe Bert Kreischer made a reservation. You know? Also, do you think Ed Sheeran, they shut it down for Ed Sheeran?
No way. No way.
Like Ed Sheeran. Okay, here's my question. Number one, how big is this place?
Gigantic.
Okay, so it's gigantic. So, all right, I walk in. Now I'm walking. Okay, did you ever go to Mars 2112?
The fuck are you talking about?
So there was a restaurant in Manhattan called Mars 2112. It was like a popular spot. It was like a futuristic restaurant, right? But it kind of reminded me of that. It's like you went downstairs and then the whole restaurant was like you're on Mars. And there was like aliens walking around and weird shit. But the food
it would be like that.
The food was terrible and it closed down. But it was this giant space.
What was it called? Mars 21 Savage?
2112. Look it up. See if it comes up. Mars 2112.
Oh, yeah. It's like this. I will say this. It's better than this.
No, I'm sure. But that's what it's reminding me of because it's like you're just like randomly walking and there's like slot machines. And then there's like Mars Attacks. People are like running up to you and talking to you. But it was corny, which this place sounds corny.
But it is. But
what's it called? Like, Casa Bonita?
Yeah, it's like made for adults and kids. So there was like a puppet show, and like the puppet show had like very well hidden adult jokes.
Dude, the place is it's like Disney World.
It's like a cavern. It's Gaspare. There's no words to describe.
Also, it's like every room seems a little themed.
It's not even like rooms. It's like all one theme. But the crazier part too is it's like next to an orthodontist and a Dollar Tree. It's like,
I mean, I like you just run in real quick to the dollar store, then run next door.
Yeah, it's like not. It's like I don't know. I cannot explain it. I cannot explain it. It's just bizarre.
Sounds like you explained it well, Joe.
But okay, another thing about it too is that I don't know. Whatever I was saying has left my mind. I'm pretty sure I have early onset Alzheimer's. I'm forgetting everything lately.
You're saying that if I book a show in Denver one day, I should right away book reservations for that restaurant.
No, you should book your reservation for it now and hope that it happens when you're in Denver.
My one day there.
Who knows? Apparently the food used to be like really bad. The food wasn't bad. I'm not going to say the food right now was bad. I'm gonna say it's like cafeteria food. Like it was like,
say no more.
Like you have 6 things to choose from, and then you choose from it and you give them your ticket and you walk down this assembly line and they're like rice, beans, burrito, blah, 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 and then like you get it at the end and then they like walk you up to your table.
Speaking of restaurants, I went to a place yesterday, right? I went to McDonald's, okay? I went for my kids, my wife, everyone's in the car. We went to the dentist, right? First off, we went to the dentist. Gaspar sat with his hands behind his head like he was at like getting a pedicure. And he's like, Dad. And then as soon as he's done, he looks at the dentist. He goes, I just want to let you know my sister still sucks her thumb. So we're like, yes.
To the dentist?
Yeah. To let him know that her teeth are messed up because she sucks her thumb.
Your kid for sure.
Anyway, yeah. So we go to McDonald's, right? So I walk in. Have you been in a McDonald's in the last few years?
No, I don't eat fast food.
Okay. So that's not true, but okay.
Call me out.
We ate fast food together in Arizona. We ate it.
What was it?
In-N-Out Burger or whatever that burger.
And what did I tell you when we were there?
Oh, I don't eat fast food.
I did it for the experience with you because we had never had In-N-Out.
You were one of those, huh? I never do this.
Please. Play games with me.
I never did this before.
You got the wrong bitch today, let me tell you.
So I went into McDonald's. First off, there's no more play places in McDonald's. You know that.
Thank God, yeah. Kids are like shit in there and like everyone's getting cold alive.
Well, I had a good time in those. Anyway, but that's irrelevant. I don't know how long you haven't been in. So I'm looking for the counter and I'm like, where the hell's the counter? They got rid of it. It's all kiosks now. Everything's a kiosk. And the only thing at the counter was the heat lamp trays where they bring the food and leave it for you. That's
really?
It. Every other thing was you did it on the computer. And then it was credit card only. If you didn't have a credit card, you could take your cash, put it in this machine, which converts it to a Metro card.
And this is in Staten Island?
Yes. And then it like converted it into like a fake credit card, basically, your cash, and you could use that. But anyway, so
are there people cooking the food?
Yeah, there's all the behind the scenes was loaded with people. And then there was one girl who was like regulating to make sure you didn't take someone else's orders. But like a popular
2 years from now, guarantee it's only going to be one girl. Machines making the food and all
hold
that.
on. So number one, I looked at the machine and I was like, not fucking today. Right away, I was like, I need help. Instantly. Because I had to get 8 cheeseburgers. I had to get 2 cheeseburgers with no bun. Then I had to get my kids' burgers with no pickles, mine with no ketchup. There was so many options, and it was like you couldn't just say it. You had to add, subtract.
I hate that shit. So, don't you?
Oh, don't I? So instantly I called the girl over. She was a former student of mine. She's like, Mr. Randazzo. So we're talking for a minute. I'm like, she's like, yeah, a lot of people are complaining that these are taking our jobs, but like it's kind of making things easier. I said, how could this be easier? I was like, you must stand here all day explaining to people how to put their order in. Because it's not like foolproof. Because it's like, if you want a burger, it's not like you just like burger. You know what I mean? It's burger. And then it's like everything on it. If you don't want something, you got to subtract. You got to add. Honestly, it was so much. And McDonald's isn't cheap anymore. Like, I should have just took the kids to the diner. You know
how much was it?
Take a guess. 4 people McDonald's. I got 4 cheeseburgers. Lucy and Gaspar
don't tell me $100.
No. Lucy and Gaspar got 2 cheeseburgers each. I got 4. Melissa got 2.
You eat 4 McDonald's cheeseburgers?
They're little. They're babies' burgers.
Oh, that made my stomach hurt.
How many do you eat at White Castle?
0.
When was the last time you had White Castle?
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
I bought it from like a supermarket recently. Like I didn't go. They just sold them in the supermarket.
That was the most, literally your accent was the thickest I've ever heard just now.
What?
I bought them from the supermarket recently.
Well, anyway, when I was in the supermarket, I bought the White Castle burgers and they were gross. I was like, how the fuck did I ever eat these?
Yeah.
But, no, they were delicious. Oh, yeah. So
how much was it?
Oh, yeah. French fries and a Coke. That's it.
$50?
Yeah, $55. That's fast food, Joe. That's not. I could have went to the diner, got a cheeseburger deluxe, $12.99. I could have got one for me, one for each child, That would have been $13.26, $39. Melissa could have ate lettuce because she doesn't eat a lot. She would have ate something little. That would have been under $50 to go to the diner.
Yeah. Wow.
But instead, a
Don't
McDonald's.
say this too. I hate it's going to happen. And this is just going to take over to the point of no return, right? But those machines, it's not easier. It's easier for that girl who worked there, right? But it's not easier because if I'm doing my order, the person who's plugging it into the computer, they know where all the buttons are. They know how to quickly be like, this.
That's literally what I said to her.
Right. But like, I get up there and I'm like, shit, now I'm in the wrong section and now I got to look for fruit and blah, blah, blah. It's like nuts. But here's the thing. I think I was at a place recently too.
Fast food restaurant guy?
No, the vet. The vet. My vet changed completely. It's all this automated thing now, and it goes through all this shit. And I accidentally, you have to you book your own appointments. Like you tell them what's wrong with your animal, and then they figure out what kind of appointment you need, and then they give it to you, right? First of all, they were like, what vet do you want? And it gave me 3. And I said, first available. So they gave me the first vet who wasn't booked for 3 weeks from now.
Oh.
So when I booked on Tuesday thinking it was today. Well, it's actually 3 weeks from now, Tuesday. So then I went back. I was like, okay, let's reschedule this. They're like, you have to call now. I'm like, then why the fuck if I have to call now? I could have just called them. We would have got this right the first time. Because you, a computer, didn't know that first available meant first available appointment, period, regardless of vet. Not the first vet in this list you just gave me.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, because then I was saying to the girl, like, what if someone can't read?
Are we old, Gas? Are we old?
No, but I was like, what if someone can't read? Like, that's the truth. Like, what if I couldn't read? There are plenty of people who can't read. And I'm
that's oh my God, that's my new thing. 100%. When I go to these places, they're going to be like, I can't read.
Yeah. And what are they going to say? Yes, you can. Like,
no, I can't.
Like, just, I don't know. But also,
give me something. What does this say? I don't know.
I will say this. I will never step foot in that McDonald's again. And like, I can't be the only one who feels that way. Like the experience.
It's like the worst meat for you anyway, Gaspare. You're eating like wholesome meat.
Yes, I know Wendy's is better for you, but Wendy's is good. It's always fresh, never frozen. So
yeah, always fresh from like a cow's asshole. It's
no.
like
Wendy's
good
burgers,
it's
you can
bad.
taste.
Factory farm is terrible.
Wendy's burgers, you can taste the freshness.
From what? Fresh meaning just slaughtered? That's fine. That's fair. I'll give you that. But it's like not good quality meat. Yes.
Well, I will tell you this. My sister just got a cow. She purchased a cow, a whole meat of a cow. And I ate the burgers from that. And I was like, whoa, what a difference between like that.
You know, we got a cow.
No,
too.
I know. Yeah. What a difference the meat is.
Yeah, it's great.
But I will never go back there again. Also, I just like it completely, once again, soured my whole experience, because I was like, if I want something quick, why would I come here? Like, this is not quick anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I will drive out of my way to go to a drive-through one that's further from my house. Also, did you see?
How was the drive-through at that one?
There is no drive-through at this one. It's a walk-in only. Did you know that Apple phones, did you see what they're doing now?
No, what? Tell me.
They're adding AI, like a AI feature, but like a hardcore AI feature to all Apple devices. Like, let's say I take a picture of you right now. I could speak into the phone and say, hey, Siri, can you get rid of those green scissors in the background of that picture? And it'll erase them.
Yeah, I did see that. And also you can take like a burst photo, so it's like 50 photos at one time, and it'll like
pick the best
make
faces.
it. Yeah, they'll pick the best faces and like move shit out of the way and stuff. I don't know.
Do you want to see something?
It's catching up too fast. It's kind of freaking me out.
I took a picture today with my co-teacher. We didn't plan this, but I went.
Michael Scott on the back of your phone.
Yeah, I went to work today, and my co-teacher was dressed exactly like me.
Look at that, you two. 2 peas in a Staten Island Sessions.
I found a list of who are the best like TV cinematic dads.
Okay, I also want to see your Michael Scott picture. Love it.
I declare bankruptcy, but you don't understand that joke, do you?
So is it when he started Michael Scott Paper Company? Because I did get that far. So him and Holly are back together now. I'm like, that's exactly
wait,
where
they're
I'm at.
back together?
They just got back together in the episode that I watched last night.
Is that where he? Oh no, I almost just gave away something big.
Oh God.
Okay.
Is that not the best TV show that's ever been made?
It is, but I'm really getting into The Good Place.
Oh, I was into that for a little while too. Kristen Bell's actually from where I used to teach.
Interesting. All right. This is the best TV movie dads, okay? Like TV movie. So we're going to do the list and then I'll write it down as you go. All right.
By the way, you guys, follow us on YouTube and also become a Patreon member for bonus content, patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. Love to see you there.
Okay. So it's the best TV/movie dads, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you got Vito Corleone and Peter Griffin.
Oh, I have to choose.
Yeah. So Vito Corleone is from The Godfather.
I don't really watch Family Guy, so I guess I have to pick Corleone.
Did you ever watch The Godfather, though?
Yeah, but I've never watched.
Actually, Peter's like a fuck up, so Peter's out. I would say
they both are.
No, Vito's not a fuck up. Vito does anything for his family.
Yeah, illegally.
You do what you got to do. All right, Homer Simpson or Marlin? Remember Marlin from Finding Nemo?
I need to distance myself from you.
Just kidding. I'm not involved in any of that. Marlin, absolutely, because he is,
He would do anything for his family.
Mustafa? I don't know who that. Oh, that's Lion King's dad?
Mufasa.
Yeah, Mufasa. And Mr. Ping?
From what?
Kung Fu Panda, maybe?
Oh, Mufasa, OG, for sure.
Yeah.
That's like James Earl Jones. Come on.
Oh, that was him?
I'm pretty sure.
Walter White or Brian Mills? I don't know who that is.
Get
Arthur Weasley? Who's that?
Harry Potter.
Or Uncle Phil?
Who's that?
Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil?
Oh. Okay, sure. Yeah, now I get it. But like Uncle Phil, I'm like, what? Okay, keep going. What? This is weird. This
list actually sucks. We're done with this list. I didn't look at it before this. Darth Vader, Tony Stark. Tony Stark's not known for being a dad. Yondu or Jim Hopper. I don't know who Jim Hopper is.
Couldn't tell you. I'm not into it.
All right. Read the email.
Cuban wedding cake fail. Hey.
Oh, and wait. Someone sent me a message. They said, please read my email. I can't remember the exact title, but it was like something about like loose blowjobs, loose BJs, and wild titties out.
Okay, I'll look for that after this one.
Yeah.
This one starts off amazing. Okay. It's called Cuban Wedding Cake Fail. And they start off by saying, hey, you two badass bitcheroos.
Is that us?
I've got a wedding story for you, and it comes with a couple of pictures.
Loving pictures.
My husband and I at a destination wedding in Cuba. We're Canadians, and we go there. Ha! You Yankee doodles are missing out, let me tell you.
We're allowed to go to Cuba now.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we are not.
All right, go ahead. You might be right.
Are we Cuban? Cuba is the shit. Are we Cuban? No. Did we get hitched in Cuba? Well, there are only a few sections of the country that Canadians will recognize wedding documents from, and Cuba is actually one of them. We wanted a destination beach wedding and always wanted to go to Cuba, so that was reason enough for us. Upon our arrival a few days before the wedding, we met with a wedding planner from the resort. She asked about my flower bouquet preferences and the wedding cake. She was adamant that our names go on the cake. I assured the planner that we did not need our names on the cake, but she insisted, saying it's a Cuban tradition. She would not take no for an answer. My name is Stephanie, and my husband is Christopher. Yes, you can use our names. She asked how to shorten our names, and we told her Steph and Chris. She really struggled with Steph. After the wedding, we had a reception with 25 of our closest friends and family. It was chill. We took over most of the restaurant on the beach. There was a bit of an uproar and people were clearly finding something amusing. I wasn't sure what it was and my friends wouldn't tell me. Little did I know that one of my friends insisted no one say anything and wait until I made the discovery for myself. And she made the right call. Everyone was encouraging us to cut the cake. When we finally saw the cake, I lost it in hysterics. I nearly fell over laughing. In writing far worse than my 6-year-old in the mix of a lower and uppercase letters on the cake read, okay, I'm going to try it. When I get louder is when...
in all capitals?
Yeah. Congratulations, Sloth and Chris.
Slut?
Congratulations with no S. I loved it. I fucking loved it. The nice thing about this was chill, lovely, not overdone, not overly expensive wedding that you could just laugh at shit like this. Needless to say, my nickname has ever since this been Sloth or Sloth. Picture attached for your enjoyment. Joe, I hope you have the best wedding day. Congratulations to you and Morgan. P.S. I'm typing this email to avoid working on report cards. Black, peace, love, and less douchery. Slub, slop. And
Sloth.
let me tell you, this cake is exceptional. Exceptional. It looks like a big pile of sour cream with just black writing with some weird ass swirls. Like literally, some Cuban 12-year-old made this in the back.
Would you ever go to Cuba? They say
I mean, if we could, I would, I guess.
I thought we were allowed to now.
We're not. So here's the cake.
It looks like shaving cream. It doesn't even look like whipped cream. Congratulations, Sloth and Cross.
Congratulations, Sloth and Cross.
What kind of visas do Americans need to travel to Cuba? The only documentation that you need is a valid U.S. passport. I told you, I think it's open now. Cuban entry permits, in other words, or visa, can be purchased at the airport before boarding the flight for $85.
Well, if that's true, then I apologize for being such a stubborn ass.
As in early 2024, so to be fair, it's pretty new. The short answer is yes, you can travel to Cuba as a United States citizen, but there are some hoops you need to jump through.
Great. I found the wedding that you wanted me to read.
Traveling to Cuba for pure vacationing is currently not allowed. So why would you go? I guess for business?
I found the email you wanted. Wedding of flying tits, attempted blowjobs, and cops. Hi, guys. It's Taylor, Joe's Michigan sister, who made you your cup. And yes, you can use my name. This cup, Gas.
Oh, I remember that cup. I hope to see you in Detroit. And I also
hopefully they come to your show too.
I also like cups.
It's hard to make this one short, but I'll absolutely do my best. And just judging off this email so far, you did great, girl. From the beginning of my wedding, my crazy-ass drunken fool Canadian cousin was a huge issue. The whole night, her tatas were literally popping out, flying all over, in and out of her dress. She was all over any and every dude with her tits flying literally everywhere. There was a beautiful balcony that she utilized to basically sexually violate all of the groomsmen and then followed them into the bathroom to do God knows what. And one of the guests found her naked in the men's bathroom. Yes, there were children in attendance. She got kicked out and went ballistic, ran around the whole venue trying to get in each door like a lunatic. Oh, and she started biting my old as hell fragile Canadian grandmother. The cops showed up and she first jumped in the bushes and attempted to run in the street in front of oncoming traffic. She had to stay in the hospital overnight. No shit.
Well, maybe she got hurt.
luckily, everyone did a really good job of hiding this and keeping my mind off of it, as I didn't really realize what had happened until later. My sister is the nicest. My sister is the nicest thing, and she even said that she was about to knock her ass. This isn't all, but again, I wanted to keep it short. Love you guys. That's fantastic.
Wait
Taylor,
a
that
second.
was truly a gem.
But where was read the caption again. Read the subject.
Yes, she did miss the wedding of flying ticks, attempted blowjobs, and cops arriving. So I think when she was in the bathroom, she was like trying to give blowies to the groomsmen. I wonder if anyone took her up on it. I would say, yeah, probably. That is some shit.
Wait, I sent you something in the chat. Read the chat real quick. Okay, so anyway, so all right, Joseph. Wait, so now this is the last podcast episode before your wedding?
No, we will record one more, but this is the last time that they'll hear from me, because technically when the next episode comes out, the wedding will have already happened. But in our world of recording, no.
We'll have one more. Do you know, I mean, we'll probably talk about this next week, but any plans this weekend for Father's Day weekend?
I have a show.
Oh, that's right. You're in Tacoma. Where's Tacoma?
Yeah.
Washington.
Yeah.
Oh.
Real close to here.
Oh, you drive there, or is it like fly?
Yeah, it's like an hour away.
Oh, shit. So you get to come home and...
Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is Sam staying with you?
You come... No. You guys... Hey, I got so much wedding planning shit to do.
I'd stay with you. I would just...
You'd be like, yeah, I'm not getting a room.
I just look at the mural in the basement. No, for Father's Day...
Come to my shows. You can get tickets at thejoedombrowski.com.
And you can get tickets to mine at GaspareRandazzo.com.
Become a Patreon member at patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the.social.studies.podcast, and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and a cool word, and maybe we'll read it. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.
And goodbye.
Bye.